Test Drive with Graham Fletcher.
Many people still associate the Suzuki nameplate with motorcycles when in fact they've been involved in the automobile business for a good number of years. This week on Test Drive we look at the newest Suzuki, the four-door Sidekick.
The Sidekick's sassy, sexy and even cute appearance holds some pleasant surprises for the occupants. Inside, all passengers are treated to a high level of safety, comfort and room. There are 3-point seat belts in all 4 positions, as well as adjustable headrests front and rear. In the rear, even with the front seats fully back, there is plenty of legroom, and even basketball players wouldn't have a problem with the amount of headroom. From the driver's seat you are treated to a panoramic view of the road. All driving controls are well placed and readily operated. The dash is a comprehensive analog affair that is easy to read and interpret, notwithstanding my pet peeve. The front seats are worthy of mention because of the high degree of comfort and support they provide. With the rear seats in the upright position, the storage space is rather limited. However, fold the seat up and you double the usable floor space from 20 to 40 inches. Retrieving anything stored in the rear is easy thanks to the large tailgate, and the fact that the tailgate lock operates all other door locks is a thoughtful and welcome feature. Power for the Suzuki comes from a 1.6-litre overhead cam 4-cylinder engine that produces 80 horsepower and 94 pounds-feet of torque. Both these figures are on the low side, meaning that even in brisk city traffic you have to push the engine to keep pace. On the highway the engine churns away at 3,500 RPM, giving rise to a great deal of engine noise. In short, the Sidekick is in need of a larger, more potent engine. Now the grapevine has it that Suzuki is working on a larger 2-litre engine that could debut as early as the '92 model year. The new 4-door Sidekick weighs 350 pounds more than the 2-door. While the additional weight compromises performance, it and the extended wheelbase improve the ride and handling qualities a lot. The whole vehicle feels a lot smoother on straight roads and more stable in corners. High winds and highway speeds are a bad combination. The Sidekick becomes quite a handful under these conditions. In fact, the susceptibility to side winds caused me a great deal of concern.
Before you venture off-road, remember to lock the front hubs. If you don't, you cannot shift into four-wheel drive without getting back out again to engage them. It saves you one less chore when you're off-road.
Off-road, the Sidekick handled all Mother Nature could throw at it with great ease. The amount of traction offered by the four-wheel drive system and tyres was very good, even in the sloppy going we encountered. Having said that, I still think the four-wheel drive system is best utilised combating bad on-road conditions rather than the ones found off-road.
My pet peeve on the Sidekick has to do with the tilt steering. When you drop the steering wheel down to where it's comfortable, the steering wheel rim successfully blocks off all of the warning lights, meaning you have to lift it back up again. The result is that the tilt feature is rather redundant. Anyway, having said that, let's go to the scoreboard for a final rundown on the 1991 Suzuki Sidekick.
The extra weight found in the 4-door Sidekick combined with the rather meagre 80 horsepower equals 0 to 100 km/h times of 14.5 seconds. Slow by any standards. In fairness, the automatic transmission doesn't help matters. The power front disc brakes and rear drum brakes provided straight short stops that averaged 123 feet from 80 km/h. An unexpected plus is the anti-lock feature found on the rear brakes. This ensures the rear end doesn't slide out on you if you jump on the brakes in mid-corner. The additional weight and extended wheelbase of the 4-door model certainly help things in the handling department. Having said that, the ride is still very truck-like and overly firm. Thankfully though, the Sidekick, unlike the Samurai, feels stable in corners. There is a fair amount of wind noise evident at highway speeds, but this is usually drowned out by the amount of engine noise. On longer trips, the noise becomes very monotonous and fatiguing. We average 10.9 litres per 100 kilometres or 26 miles per gallon, which is a lot lower than I expected. The lack of power and amount of engine noise spoil what could be a very nice vehicle. For me, this car doesn't have what it takes to be considered a primary mode of transportation. However, when viewed as a second car with the added security of four-wheel drive, it becomes quite an attractive purchase.